In this world, perhaps there is nobody who has no enemies. The greater a person's popularity and influence, the higher the number of enemies, and so was the case with Buddha. His growing number of followers and ever-growing popularity earned jealousy of other religious leaders who looked for ways to disgrace and humiliate him. This video is going to be extremely useful to uplift your confidence and win over your enemies. Please stay with us till the end. One day, Buddha was addressing a gathering which was organized by a king who was himself anti-Buddhist. As there were more critics of Buddha present than his disciples, they tried to harass Buddha with their strange questions. However, Buddha satisfied everyone with his simple but wise answers. Suddenly, a beautiful lady named Chincha Manavika, who looked at the late stage of pregnancy, entered the meeting and said, "Buddha, you are a liar, a cheat. You walk around teaching people truth, ethics and duties. How can you preach duty to others when you neglect your own duties? You have made me pregnant and abandoned with the child growing in my womb. What love and concern do you have for this helpless woman? Is this how you fulfill your responsibilities? What was my mistake that you are punishing me so cruelly?" This created a chaos in the meeting, with opponents openly criticizing the Buddha. They even went to say that Buddha was a mean person and that they had no such expectations from him. Even some of Buddha's own disciples began to doubt their master's character, and their heads hung in shame. Even then, Buddha remained equally calm and unaffected. Now the king himself came forward and said, "Buddha, have you anything to say in self-defense?" With a gentle smile, the Buddha turned to the lady and said, "Daughter, the truth is known to only two people in this whole world, you and me. Can you prove what you claim?" Just then, a man from the audience told Chincha, "What you have just said is not an ordinary thing. You have made a huge charge against Buddha. Do you know what can be the punishment if you are lying?" Now the lady's face turned pale and she looked unsure and agitated. She realized that her plan was about to be exposed and she was unable to say a word. She suddenly chose to run away from the scene, and in her hasty runaway, the cloth she had tied to her belly dropped. Some enemies of Buddha had planned to tie that cloth around her belly to give the impression of pregnancy so as to disgrace the Buddha, but it backfired. Her dirty plot was badly exposed, and the power of truth was very clear for all to see, which only increased Buddha's reputation. Even the king and many former opponents of Buddha became his admirers and disciples. Though the king was prepared to punish Chincha, Buddha himself suggested forgiving her, showing his infinite love and kindness. This story shows beautifully the power of truth and the weakness of lies. No matter how big or strong falsehood may seem, it is no match for the power of truth. Let the whole world go against. No one can harm us as long as we stand on the path of truth. Falsehood can sometimes cause us a lot of troubles, but the truth is sure to prevail in the end. We need only have faith in our courage, strength, and the power of truth. As the saying goes, there are three things in the universe that can never be hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. Thank you very much for watching it.